Chosen ones, this message is not a coincidence. If you are watching this video right now, know that God has led you here for a divine reason. Something powerful is unfolding in your life, and it's time to prepare. The final exit is here, and only those who are truly ready will take it. This is the moment you've been praying for, the shift you've been longing for. What once seemed like a distant dream is now moving toward reality, but it will only manifest for those who are prepared to embrace it fully. God is calling you to prepare yourself mentally, spiritually, and energetically. The life you have been waiting for is about to be revealed, but only those who are truly ready in body, mind, and soul will experience the fullness of this transformation. The final exit is reserved for the ready, for those willing to step into their divine purpose with courage and faith. Before we dive deeper into this life-changing message, I ask you to do 3 simple things. Hit that like button to spread this energy. Subscribe to help us reach our goal of 1,000 subscribers. Leave a comment with the number 99, a powerful number that will amplify the energy of this message and send a bold signal to the universe that you are ready. But there's even more. God wants this community to be stronger than ever. We are not just a gathering of individuals. We are a collective of chosen ones, coming together to uplift, empower, and support one another. Your presence, your words, and your energy in the comments are vital to this divine movement. Every time you engage, you contribute to the strength of this sacred collective. Together, we are building something unstoppable, a force of light, love, and divine purpose. As we share this journey, we rise together. So if you are truly ready to step into the greatness that God has prepared for you, stay with me until the very end. For those who are ready, your life will never be the same again. Now, let's get into it. The moment you've been waiting for is finally here. This is no ordinary time. It is a sacred opportunity, a once-in-a-lifetime moment where your life transforms beyond anything you have ever known. God has spoken, calling you to step forward into a reality that has always been destined for you. It's as if the heavens themselves have aligned, and a sacred gate now stands open before you. Are you ready to walk through it? The choice is yours, and it is now or never. Many hesitate when standing at the edge of the unknown, questioning their worthiness or fearing the magnitude of the calling before them. But here's the truth. If God has opened this door for you, it means you are ready. You were chosen for this very moment. The final exit is waiting. The only thing that can hold you back is hesitation. This is not the time for fear. This is the time to rise. You have been chosen. This is your time. To step into greatness, you must first understand that once you decide to move forward, there is no turning back. The path you are about to embark upon will forever alter the course of your life. Beyond this portal lies a world filled with unimaginable possibilities, a life beyond your wildest dream. Now is the time to trust, to believe, and to prepare yourself for the extraordinary journey ahead. Your destiny is calling, and this is the moment you were created for. Have you ever felt it? That whisper deep within your soul, the quiet but persistent knowing that you were meant for more? A life not confined by the limitations of the ordinary world, but a life that breaks through barriers and ascends into the extraordinary. That whisper is the voice of destiny, calling you to rise beyond cycles of routine, struggle, and distraction. You were never meant for a life of mere survival. God has created you for greatness, and now the time has come to claim it. For too long, many have lived trapped in the shadows of their true potential, lost in materialism, weighed down by distraction, caught in endless cycles of struggle. But you were never meant to live that life. You are here to experience something far beyond what this world can offer. You are destined to touch the divine, to live with profound purpose, and to be a beacon of light for others. The extraordinary awaits. But first, you must choose to rise above the ordinary and step into your divine calling. Understand this. God has been preparing you for this moment all along. Every hardship you endured, every trial you survived, was not to break you. It was to forge you. You have been molded, shaped, and refined by divine hands for this very hour. The door is now open. All that remains is for you to find the courage to believe in yourself and trust the path that God has laid before you. This is your time. This is your calling. Imagine standing at the edge of a vast, limitless horizon where anything is possible. Right now, You are at that threshold. This portal before you is not just another door. It is the gateway to the life you have always dreamed of, the life you were destined to live. Opportunities like this come only once. Those who hesitate will miss it. Those who believe will step through and claim their inheritance. The divine has already set the stage. The sacred moment is here. Now, the choice is yours. Will you step forward into the unknown? Will you leave behind the fears, the doubts, and the old ways that no longer serve you? This decision will define everything that follows. It is not a choice to be taken lightly. It is the choice between a life of limitation and a life of divine fulfillment. Know this: when you take that first courageous step, God will meet you on the other side. Every fear, every worry, every hesitation will fall away. You will walk into a life of purpose, abundance, and deep fulfillment. The life that has been waiting for you all along. This is not just another opportunity. This is the opportunity. A chance like this will not come again. Do not let it slip away. The hardest part of any journey is the decision to begin. It is so easy to stay within the walls of your comfort zone, clinging to what you know, even if it no longer serves you. But remember this: hesitation is the enemy of destiny. Doubt is the thief of greatness. This is your moment to rise. Step boldly. Step fearlessly. Your future is waiting on the other side. The opportunity God has placed before you requires faith, courage, and the willingness to leave behind what is familiar. You are standing at a divine crossroad. Will you step forward into your destiny, or will you remain stuck in the past? Many will hear the call, but will not answer. They will hesitate, second-guess themselves, and allow fear to dictate their choices. But you are not like them. You were chosen because you have the strength to rise above doubt and take action when it matters most. Trust in yourself. Trust in God. Step boldly into the unknown. The very moment you decide to move forward, the universe will begin to align itself to support you. Doubt may try to creep in, and the path ahead may sometimes appear unclear. But know this: when you trust God's plan, you will never walk alone. Divine guidance will be your companion, and the strength you require will be provided at every step. Hesitate no longer. Your destiny is waiting. The portal before you is not just a simple doorway. It is a two-way passage. One path leads to a life of divine ascension, a life filled with purpose, love, and deep connection to the higher realm. The other leads back to the familiar, a life of ordinary struggles, limitations, and spiritual stagnation. The decision you make today will shape your future forever. Choose wisely, for this is not merely about physical change, it is about profound spiritual transformation. To step through the divine portal is to leave behind everything that no longer serves you, the weight of past mistakes, the fear that has held you back, and the doubt that has dimmed your light. The path of ascension will lift you to a higher state of being where you will be guided by divine wisdom, protected by divine love, and strengthened by divine power. Though the choice may seem daunting, remember, God's hand has always been guiding you towards something greater. You were never created for an ordinary life. You were destined for greatness. By choosing the path of ascension, you are stepping into a life where miracles become the norm and divine favor follows your every move. The portal is open. The choice is yours. The energy you need to complete this transformation already exists within you. God has placed His divine essence inside of you, and it is ready to be awakened. All that remains is your decision to activate it. This is not about waiting for the perfect moment. This is about realizing that the power to change your life has been within your grasp all along. For too long, you may have felt disconnected from this sacred energy, doubting your strength, questioning your worth. But now is the time to see clearly. You are already equipped for greatness. The very essence of God's power flows through your vein, and once you align yourself with it, nothing will be able to stand against you. The moment you embrace this divine energy, everything will shift. Your thoughts will sharpen. Your actions will become bolder. Your life will begin to reflect the extraordinary potential that has always lived within you. You were born for this moment. Now it's time to claim it. Unleash the divine energy inside of you. The world needs your light. The world you know is full of distraction, material possessions, fleeting pleasures, and a constant chase for external validation. But none of these things can fill the divine calling inside you. The true fulfillment you seek comes from stepping into your higher purpose, the life God designed you to live. And that life is waiting for you now. True fulfillment does not come from material possessions or fleeting achievement. It comes from answering the deeper longing within your heart, the longing to connect with the divine. As you step through the sacred portal, You will leave behind the attachments that once kept you bound to a life of limitation. No longer will you be consumed by the need for external validation or the endless pursuit of empty desire. Instead, you will step into a new reality where the only thing that matters is your connection to God and your divine purpose in this world. This is not just a shift in circumstances. It is a profound spiritual journey, a journey that leads you beyond material struggles and earthly worries into a realm where peace, love, and divine wisdom reign supreme. It is time to release what no longer serves you, to surrender the burdens you were never meant to carry, and to embrace the sacred truth within you. The material world has exhausted its offering, but the divine realm holds everything your soul has been yearning for. Beyond the portal lies a life of serenity and sacred abundance. Imagine a life where love flows freely, where protection surrounds you at every moment, and where every step you take is guided by God's wisdom and grace. This is not a distant fantasy. It is a reality already prepared for you by divine hand. All that remains is for you to claim it. The burdens of your past will fall away, and you will be lifted into a life filled with peace, joy, and unshakable divine protection. You were never meant to live a life of endless struggle. You were created to live in harmony with God's will, where every true need is met, every sacred desire fulfilled, and every moment is infused with divine purpose. This is the life awaiting you, and it is yours to claim. Trust in God's perfect plan, and walk boldly through the portal into the life you were always destined to live. For far too long, you have been caught in the relentless cycle, a cycle of struggle, stress, and silent dissatisfaction. The constant grind of survival has trapped you, draining your spirit and keeping you bound to the ordinary. But that season is over. God is calling you to break free, to rise above mediocrity and step into the extraordinary life that was written for you before you even took your first breath. The ordinary life you once knew is no longer enough, because you were born for more. You were created to live a life of abundance, of impact, of deep, divine purpose. The chains of limitation are falling away. The time for survival is over. Now is the time to thrive, to step fully into the sacred destiny that has been patiently waiting for you. Trust that God's power is more than enough to lift you from the struggle. Trust that He will guide you into a life of fulfillment, purpose, and overflowing peace. The days of feeling trapped and weighed down are ending. You are stepping into a new life, a life of divine abundance, where God's presence will go before you and His wisdom will guide you at every step. As you cross through this portal into your new life, know that you are not walking alone. God's hand is upon you. His voice will whisper direction into your spirit. His protection will surround you. This transformation is not just about personal growth. It is about aligning yourself fully with divine guidance, stepping into your sacred purpose, and living the life you were always meant to live. God's wisdom will lead you to success and fulfillment in every area of your life. His guidance is like a divine compass, always pointing you toward your highest good. When you feel uncertain, His voice will bring you clarity. When you feel weak, His strength will empower you. When you face challenges, His wisdom will provide solutions you never imagined. You are not walking this path alone. God is walking with you, leading you every step of the way. Trust in this sacred guidance. Let it shape your decisions, your actions, and ultimately, your destiny. With God's wisdom as your guide, failure is impossible, and the transformation you seek becomes not just possible, it becomes inevitable. The divine plan for your life is perfect. Every step you take brings you closer to the fulfillment of your sacred purpose. As you embark on this new chapter, be prepared for unexpected changes. The journey to divine ascension is rarely a straight line. It is a path of growth, transformation, and spiritual evolution. People who once filled your life may drift away. New souls, aligned with your purpose, will emerge. Opportunities you once thought were out of reach will suddenly unfold before you. These shifts may feel shocking at first, but trust, they are part of God's greater plan. Every change, whether it feels comfortable or unsettling, is leading you toward the destiny you were created to fulfill. Embrace these changes with an open heart, knowing they are sacred signs of your elevation. Trust that God is orchestrating every transition, clearing away what no longer serves your highest good, and making space for what is truly meant for you. When circumstances seem uncertain or people exit your life unexpectedly, remember, It is the divine hand at work. Have faith. Stand firm. Watch as your life transforms beyond what you once thought possible. In this new phase of your life, you will also experience profound shifts in your relationship. Those who once rejected or doubted you may return, seeking reconciliation. It's not uncommon to be underestimated or mocked when you walk a path few understand. But as your transformation becomes undeniable, even your former doubters will recognize the power within you. Some will come back with apology. Others will quietly admire the strength they once overlooked. This, too, is part of the divine cycle. As you rise into your true power, the energy you radiate will shift the dynamics around you. People will see you different, not because you've changed who you are, but because you have finally stepped fully into your higher self, aligned with your divine purpose. Yet remember this. Not all relationships are meant to continue. Some connections were only meant for a season. Do not cling to what no longer supports your calling. Trust that as you grow, God will remove what is not aligned and send the right people at the right time, those who will walk beside you on this sacred journey. Your true destiny awaits, and you are ready. The connections in your life will soon align perfectly with your divine journey. Together, you and those meant for your path will walk toward a brighter, more extraordinary future. This is your time to rise above the noise, above the doubts, and above the limits others have tried to place upon you. You were never meant to be defined by the opinions of others or the circumstances of your path. You were created to prove to yourself and to the world that you are worthy of divine love, divine purpose, and a destiny far greater than you ever imagined. As you step fully into your true calling, moments of doubt and insecurity may still arise. You may wonder if you are truly capable of carrying the greatness that lies ahead. But remember this, God believes in you. He has called you for a reason, and His love is the unshakable foundation on which you now stand. Embrace this love. Let it fill you with unwavering confidence. Let it drive out every fear and empower you to overcome any challenge that dares to cross your path. The world may have tried to convince you that you were not enough, that you did not belong. But now, you will prove just how wrong they were. Through God's love, guidance, and strength, you will rise above every obstacle. You will not only demonstrate your worth, but you will reveal to the world the unstoppable power of divine love to transform lives. This is your moment to shine, to claim your rightful place in God's masterful plan. As you align yourself more deeply with the divine will, everything in your life will begin to shift. Your thoughts, your action, and your decisions will no longer be driven by fear, scarcity, or doubt. Instead, they will be guided by divine wisdom, fueled by courage, and illuminated by clarity. When you live in alignment with God's purpose, every choice becomes an act of sacred creation, leading you closer to the full realization of your destiny. In this state of divine alignment, your life will flow with greater ease. Challenges will no longer seem like obstacles. They will be recognized as stepping stones for your spiritual growth. Every action you take will be infused with purpose, every decision anchored in the knowledge that you are co-creating your reality with God. As your choices align with divine truth, you will experience a peace and certainty that will sustain you even through the greatest storm. Trust in the divine alignment unfolding in your life. Know that every step you take, every decision you make, is supported by God's infinite wisdom and unconditional love. Each action will draw you closer to your ultimate purpose. This is the sacred power of living in divine alignment. When your mind, heart, and soul are synchronized with God's will, the path ahead becomes clear, and divine favor follows you wherever you go. Now, the final step is before you. It is time to step boldly into your true power. The divine gateway is open. This is the moment you have been preparing for, the moment when you fully embrace your divine purpose and unlock the incredible potential that has always lived within you. You are not simply a human being living an ordinary life. You are a divine creation, intricately designed for a higher mission. The power to transform your life and the lives of those around you already exists within you. All that remains is a choice. The choice to step forward, the choice to rise, the choice to become everything God intended you to be. Now is the moment for you to step into that power, to walk through the divine gateway with unwavering faith and claim the life that has always been meant for you. This is your time. No more waiting, no more doubting. The divine plan is unfolding right before your eyes. And as you step into your true power, know this, you are fully supported by God's endless love and infinite guidance. You are ready to take on the world, and nothing will stand in your way. Embrace your divine destiny. This is just the beginning. Within you lies a wellspring of divine potential waiting to be unlocked. God, in His infinite wisdom, has already equipped you with everything you need to succeed and fulfill your higher calling. You are not lacking anything. Everything required to rise, to lead, and to inspire has already been planted inside you. Your purpose was designed before you were even born, and every experience you've had has been preparing you for the journey ahead. It's time to recognize the magnitude of the power that resides within you. You have been gifted with talent, wisdom, and strength beyond measure. Now is the time to awaken these gifts. The challenges you face are not meant to defeat you, they are opportunities to activate the divine power that has always been inside you. Fear and doubt may try to cloud your vision, but remember, God's plan for your life includes every ounce of potential you carry, and He has already equipped you to walk it out with victory. As you embrace your divine potential, your life will begin to transform before your very eye. Your actions will align perfectly with your purpose. Your steps will become firm, confident, and unstoppable, not because of your own strength, but because you trust in the strength God has placed within you. This is your moment to claim your power, to trust that you are fully capable, and to walk boldly into the future that has been prepared just for you. Fear and doubt are natural emotion, but they do not have the authority to define your life. On the path of divine ascension, you will encounter moments that test your faith, moments when uncertainty whispers in your ear and makes you question your worth or your direction. But in those moments, cling to this truth: God's plan for you is perfect. His wisdom is greater than any fear, and His love is stronger than any doubt. Overcoming fear and doubt doesn't mean they vanish forever. It means choosing to trust God even in the midst of them. It means standing firm in faith, knowing that no matter the obstacle, God is leading you towards something greater. Fear is the weapon the enemy uses to hold you back. Faith is the weapon God has given you to move forward. As you learn to trust God's perfect plan, fear will begin to lose its grip. The doubts that once shackled you will no longer dictate your action. Instead, you will be filled with unshakable assurance that God is guiding your every step. With trust rooted deeply in Him, you will walk boldly into your future, knowing that His plans for you far exceed anything you could ever imagine. Life often brings us to pivotal moments, crossroads that require great courage. You may find yourself standing at such a moment right now, and in this moment, you have a choice: to shrink back in fear or to step forward in bold, unwavering faith. You now stand at a crossroad, with one path leading toward the familiar and the other into the unknown. This is your final test, a sacred moment where you must choose whether to stay in the safety of your comfort zone or take the bold leap of faith and trust God completely. The leap may seem daunting, even terrifying, but it is in the unknown where your greatest growth, your deepest blessing, and your highest calling await. Taking the leap of faith means stepping boldly into the life God has destined for you, even when you cannot see the full picture. It means trusting that even when the road is hidden, God has already made a way. Faith is not about having all the answers. It's about believing that God will provide everything you need as you walk the path He has laid out. When you take that leap, you are demonstrating radical trust. Trust in God's ability to guide, protect, and sustain you through every season of your journey. There is no greater comfort in this world than knowing you are shielded by the love of God. In a world full of uncertainty, fear, and trial, His protection is your refuge, your safe haven. When you embrace God's divine protection, you step into a realm where fear loses its power and every attack against you is rendered powerless by the shield of His love. This divine covering doesn't mean you will never face challenges. It means that no matter what comes, God will walk with you, fight for you, and guard your every step. When you feel vulnerable or afraid, remember, God's love is your fortress. His strength surrounds you like an impenetrable wall, and no weapon formed against you will prosper. With God's protection over your life, you have nothing to fear and everything to hope for. The greatest limitations you face are often the ones you believe about yourself. Your thoughts about your worth, your power, and your potential can either propel you forward or chain you to a small, ordinary life. But now is the time to break free. Now is the time to shatter every limiting belief that has kept you confined in a life that was never meant for you. God has not called you to live small. He has destined you for greatness. Breaking free from limiting beliefs means shedding the lies you've believed for too long, lies of inadequacy, fear, and unworthiness. It's about realizing that the barriers you once accepted were never placed there by God, but by fear itself. You were created to rise, to walk in divine purpose, and to impact the world in ways far beyond what you can imagine. As you renew your mind and begin to see yourself the way God sees you, limitless, capable, destined for extraordinary things. Everything in your life will begin to shift. Doors will open. Opportunities will flow to you. Freedom will replace fear. You will no longer be confined by thoughts that limit you. You will be propelled by a vision that liberates you. Embrace this new season with open arms. Walk into the fullness of God's plan for your life. Your spiritual awakening is not a fleeting moment. It is an ongoing journey of reconnecting with your higher self, the divine essence of who you truly are. This awakening is the key to unlocking your true purpose, your divine potential, and your sacred connection to the Creator. As you awaken spiritually, you will feel the divine spark within you grow brighter and stronger. You will recognize that you are not separate from the divine. You are a reflection of it. Your steps will no longer be tentative but sure. Your heart will no longer be burdened by fear but filled with unwavering faith. As you awaken spiritually, you will begin to see the world through a different lens, a lens that reveals the truth that you are far more than just a physical being. You are a soul on a sacred journey. Reconnecting with your higher self is a beautiful process of self-discovery and deep growth. It is about tuning in to the divine wisdom already within you and answering the calling that has always whispered in your heart. As your spiritual connection strengthens, you will begin to understand the vastness of your true potential. You will walk with greater confidence, with the knowing that every step you take is part of a grander, divine plan. This awakening, however, is not without its challenges. There will be moments of discomfort, as you are called to release old habits, limiting patterns, and beliefs that no longer serve your higher purpose. But trust that every release, every letting go, is making space for greater fulfillment, deeper peace, and perfect alignment with God's will. Embrace the journey of awakening, knowing that as you reconnect with your true self, you are stepping boldly into the fullness of your divine destiny. Surrender is a sacred act, and it is not about giving up, it is about giving in to the divine flow of life. It is about trusting that God's plan is greater than your own, that His vision for your life exceeds anything you could ever imagine. True surrender means releasing the need to control every outcome and allowing God to lead. It is in this beautiful act of surrender that you will discover true peace, alignment, and an effortless grace flowing through every area of your life. Letting go is one of the most powerful things you can ever do. It's about releasing the burdens that have weighed you down, the worries, the fears, the past wound. When you surrender to God's will, you open the door for miracle. You allow His divine flow to enter your life, bringing blessings, opportunities, and peace that you could never have orchestrated on your own. Trust that by letting go, you are making space for God to do what only He can do. The power of surrender is transformative. It allows you to live freely, to move lightly, and to breathe deeply, knowing that you are always held safely in God's hand. It takes courage to surrender. It requires faith to release control, but when you do, you step into a life where everything falls into place according to God's perfect plan. Trust the process. Allow yourself to be led by His loving hand. God's timing is always perfect. In a world that demands instant gratification and rushes every moment, trusting divine timing can feel difficult, but it is essential. God is never early. He is never late. He is always precisely on time. The transformation you are undergoing is not just about your effort. It is about His perfect timing, His perfect orchestration of your destiny. As you continue on your journey, trust that the right doors will open at exactly the right time. There is no need to rush, no need to force anything. God is working behind the scenes, aligning circumstances, preparing opportunities, and weaving every detail of your life for your highest good. When you surrender to His timing, you will find that life unfolds with unexpected grace and ease. Patience is key. Trust that every moment of waiting is preparing you for something far greater than you can see. The season you are in right now is preparing you for what's coming next. Even if progress seems slow, even if you can't yet see the full picture, know that God is working tirelessly behind the scenes, setting everything up for your success. His timing is never early and never late. It is always perfect. And when the moment arrives, you will realize you were being prepared all along to embrace a transformation beyond anything you could have imagined. Your life may have been marked by struggles, challenges, and moments of despair, but none of it has been wasted. God is turning your struggles into triumph. Every difficulty you have faced, every obstacle you have overcome, has been shaping you, strengthening you, and preparing you for the miracles that now stand just beyond the horizon. As you look back over the road you've traveled, you will begin to see it clearly. Every trial was a stepping stone, Every setback was a setup for God to reveal His glory in your life. The miracles that await you are not just about external blessings, they are about a deep inner transformation. As you rise from your struggle, you will experience a new level of peace, of purpose, and of divine fulfillment. Watch closely. God is about to turn your trials into triumphant testimony. He is about to bless you and elevate you in ways that will leave you and everyone around you in awe. Prepare yourself, because a divine shockwave is coming. A move of God is about to shatter every limitation you've ever placed on yourself. This is the moment when God will do something so extraordinary in your life that it will change everything. The miracle on its way will exceed your wildest expectation, breaking down barriers you once thought were insurmountable. It will not just shift your external world, it will shake you to your very core. Your mind, body, and spirit will be realigned, accelerated, and elevated to new heights. The limitations you once believed were unbreakable will vanish. The chains you once accepted will be broken, and you will step boldly into a realm of possibilities you never even dared to dream. Understand that everything you've lost, whether it was a relationship, a dream, a job, or even a piece of your heart, was not truly a loss. It was a blessing in disguise. God, in His infinite wisdom, has been making space. Sometimes He removes what no longer serves you, not to punish you, but to prepare you for greater things beyond your imagination. Now, as you step into this new season, be prepared for divine restoration. The things you thought were gone forever will be returned to you, but not the same as before. They will come back multiplied, transformed, and made perfect according to God's design. What is ahead of you is greater than anything you have left behind.